G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're jumping into LGE run through number 3 and that is the hybrid Saiyan category. Now as you can see I don't have GoBros. Unfortunately they'd make this a whole lot easier, but they're definitely another option to chuck into this team, as well as that strong Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Easy A that you can, pretty sure he raises defense for a number of turns, so he's just another good option to bring in here. You'll see I've gone with the double trunks leads. You just get far better value bringing that instead of the strong Gohan or the AGL, the Int Gohan, sorry. So we'll get our rotation sorted. We will have a Trunks with AGL Gohan, the LR, and then we'll have a Trunks with Goten, because after his Easy A, Goten does stack his defense for 3 turns, I believe. I think we'll have a look at that and we'll check that out later, and then yeah, the rest of the units will just be floating for us. So this Gohan's not a bad option. I'm pretty sure mine's only level 6 or 7 on his super attack, but he does raise his defense when he's super, so he's a good option. There we go. We got Gohan on that last rotation. I mean, floated off, unfortunately, but that's alright. We'll just go like that and like that. You do have to get off Goten super, and we will have to protect him later on, just because he does only increase that defense by 30%, but if you can fire off a couple of additionals with him, you do fine. So here we go, we got our first Trunks transforming, and he will stack for us now. I'll send him out to stack first, just because Gohan builds up his defense so quickly, so we don't really need to get him 100 million attacks like we would like this Trunks. So we'll finish this one off here and we'll get our second Trunks transformation off. Now, a lot of, other than AGL Gohan on this team, I haven't done any link work, so that if I was to do that, that would certainly make this all a whole lot easier. But as you can see, we've got a lot of orbs changed from the strong Goten, so that's always handy. He's actually not going to get off a super here. Going to fall one short, which is a bit painful, but that's alright, as long as he's not getting attacked, so he'll be right for this rotation. Going with the double tech future Trunks as well, you're going to get type advantage over 2 types of enemy. Over the 2 enemies, because you've got the Super Saiyan 3 stage being AGL as well as this stage, so that's always handy. But you do get that type disadvantage against UI, so when it comes to UI, you're really relying on criticals to be able to deal out those big damage numbers. So we'll just fire that off. Super Saiyan Gohan's going to be your hero here, or LR Gohan, whatever you want to call him. He's going to be dealing out a good amount of damage while stacking his defense. So if you're able to build a team with double LR Gohans, like as your friend supporter as well, I definitely recommend that, because he's an unreal unit. So no additional there for me, even though mine is rainbowed with full additional, but I guess we'll save them for later on. So here we go again. I'm not going to transform at any point with these Trunkses. There's just no need to, and we lose that ability to stack. So yeah, we'll leave him in this base. Oh, not this base, but this untransformed stage for the rest of the event. So there we go, on to the next one. Remembering that these early stages are really good to build up your defensive stackers nice and early. You're not going to take a whole lot of damage in these first 3 stages, so make sure to get off as many attacks as you can, because I feel it's a pretty substantial jump from Super Saiyan 3 Goku to GOKU in terms of how much damage they deal out. So we'll get off another stack here. Still no additionals, which is painful, but not much we can do. So you do have to protect this Gohan. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I mentioned before I would check Goten. So yeah, it's by 30% for 3 turns. So don't really want to use up all those strong orbs. So we'll just go like that. So we'll slowly build up that Dokkan attack. And we've got those AGL orbs on the right hand side for Gohan if we don't finish it this turn, which we probably won't. My Trunks is only at 55%, unfortunately. Can't seem to pull any dupes of him, so we're not going to get additionals or many crits. I'm not sure what equipment I have on him either, actually, but he's definitely a unit I need to do some link work on, and I will certainly get to that because he is definitely useful for all of these longer events, especially being that 120 super category lead. So we'll just take that type advantage, seeing how well, I'm sure you can see how well they link up together. That's a waste of my Dokkan attack. I wasn't paying attention there. But AGL Gohan and that Tech Trunks, I'll show it on next rotation, but they've got multiple links all lined up together, so it's a very that's our best rotation right there, those 3. So we'll get the finish here. This is a bit more of a drawn out LGE mission for me personally, just because I don't have the Go Bros, and well, to be honest, the Go Bros make a huge difference in this, getting off multiple supers. So, but I guess you can only do what you can only work with what you got. So we'll keep going here. Unfortunately, we're going to take that type disadvantage hit with Goten, but I do want to keep him on rotation with this Trunks. It would have been nice to have gotten that Trunks supered because he would have tanked that for nothing, but not that lucky. Well, there we go, nice little crit. Hopefully we do get off some additionals eventually. I do have, what do I have? I think I've got 2 dupes in that Goten, and obviously did go full additional with him, which I would suggest doing, because you're going to need him stacking as much as possible. So I guess we'll just take that type advantage down there, get those off. And then we've set up some more tech orbs for next rotation, which will then lead us into those strong orbs for the Goten. So a lot of this LGE, as well as bringing units that stack, a lot of it does come into planning for your next turn, making sure that you're going to be able to get the supers off for units that you need to, like Goten for his defensive raising and just stuff like that. So it's just always something to keep in mind before you just click an orb. There's a bit more to think about, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But here we go. So that's the best we can do there. Do that, and then that, because we're not going to have another rotation with that orb set. That Trunks will be, the Fizz Trunks will be pretty handy come the last stage against MUI, obviously with the type disadvantage, and I do have him rainbowed, so he's going to be stacking it, supporting our allies' attacks stats, so that'll be very useful. So we've got to get off the 3 there, and then we've got those strong orbs down the bottom, and they will open up for a tech orb. Open up tech orbs for Trunks as well. So let's see, 900k. This friend's Trunks was a rainbow, but haven't got off many crits or additionals with him, so didn't have a look to see how he was built, but haven't seen many additionals in that. With that being said, so I guess it's not my day. See, 10k, could be worse. So that's worked out perfectly. That orb changing from Goten can come in very handy, as you just saw. He opened up those tech orbs so that we were able to keep him in that first slot. So very useful. And then we'll just do that because we'll be able to get rid of those int orbs on that left hand side, and that'll open up for a big super from Gohan. As you just saw, I'm probably going to say it in every video, but be prepared for GOKU because he can hit pretty hard, and it will surprise you, but it's just something that you have to be ready for. So here we go. There's an additional but no super for us, but 32k, you see that's pretty significant, but you do have to consider how many super attacks you've got off with that Goten. And we also don't have any int units on this lineup, so I guess that's just another thing to consider, because it's going to take longer on these tech stages where we don't have anyone with type advantage, and so we're relying on crits to be able to do that more significant damage, which we're not getting. So this is where we'd love to see a big crit. I do wish I'd put a little bit of more crit into my Gohan, but there we go. There's that full additional finally activating for us, stacking that defense nice and high for those later stages of the game. Oh, of the mission, sorry. So 24k, 23. It's alright, we can work with that. So we'll take all of those, that'll heal us up a pretty decent amount. Get those rainbow orbs to Goten. If we get supered in that last slot on future Gohan, that could definitely do a lot of damage to us. Mine is only at 55%, so I would love to have pulled some more of him to be able to get off those additionals to greatly raise that attack and defense a little bit higher, but I guess we just got to make do with what we've got. So there we go, only 200k. Tanking really well there, actually. We'll definitely we'll take that. And then we're getting up another big lot of AGL orbs there, and boom, we're gonna get off multiple Dokkan attacks with this team, just because, as I said before, lacking the firepower that I have on most of my other LGE missions where I power through it in way less turns. But you've got to, if you're trying to do all of these missions, you've got to be prepared for that. You're going to run into missions that you don't have all the required units for, and you're just going to be really making do with what you've got. So that's what we're doing here. So we've got a lot of attacks in that first slot, which is really good. I really don't want to take away from those AGL orbs. Want to leave them for AGL Gohan next rotation. That'll probably fill up our Dokkan attack, and we'll be we'll be able to do a big Dokkan attack on Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So yeah, clearly we're never gonna be doing much damage there. Yeah, that was the expectation. Got that additional, which would be amazing if I had had him in that first slot, because we'd be raising our allies' attack with each super. So here we go, we'll put in that first slot. We'll get a lot of healing here too. Just take that, and then yeah, we were going to be getting off that Dokkan attack pretty easily anyway, so it didn't really matter what orb arrangement I went there, but it was good to get off the full 24 key with Gohan here. Missed the last one. Usually pretty good on those, but yeah, must have just missed it. So it'll be good to see what type of damage output we hit here. Obviously a crit would be huge. Could have put Trunks in that first slot. There we go. 2.5 mil is probably not as high as I was expecting. But yeah, with no crit, the type advantage from Trunks probably would have been a better option, if I am honest. But yeah, there we go. 3.4 mil attack stat with type advantage. Yeah, I think that would have been higher. Definitely would have been higher, as you just saw. 2.1 without the Dokkan attack helping us out. But that's alright. We should go very close to finishing Blue Goku next, or maybe not this rotation. We might not quite get the finish. That's a perfect lineup of attacks for us here that honestly could not be any better. We're going to be taking that type advantage, and we're going to have only, I think I could see 2 attacks in that end slot, so you couldn't ask for any more than that. To have your stacking unit taking every single hit is perfect, especially if he gets supered rather than, yep, which is, speak of the devil, but this should tank for nothing. Yep, 92. Just shows you that this is the meta, taking those units that stack every time. And yeah, it's hard to argue with taking something else. I was debating whether you could take something like a Bulla into this. She's going to greatly raise her attack, so she was another option if you have her SA10, but the issue there is that she is tech as well, so you're going to come up with type disadvantage in that last slot. So against MUI, if you were to bring her and you get supered, it's GG's. That'll end you. But there we go. There's blue done. So majority of the attacks in that final slot again. In that first slot, sorry. And then we'll just go like that, just to make sure we get off that Gohan. Here we go. There's the super to start us off. 130k. That's more than I was expecting, I guess. Especially with how well we're tanking last rotation. But I guess that was with type advantage, and was probably the friend's Trunks, which is rainbowed. So yeah, no damage, but we need to get off those supers. And AGL Gohan's going to be the hero in this this stage, taking on the strong UI. Yeah, so we wore a fair bit of damage there. We'll get up. The good thing about having these high defense units is you're about to witness the healing. So we just healed for 140k just there, which is a bit outrageous. That's a lot, and that should be enough to save us from using an item here. Hopefully doesn't. Oh, and look at that, perfect. That's amazing. That's what we want. But hopefully no dodging, which he hasn't. This is the main attack we needed to get off, but this Goku can dodge. Definitely nowhere near as regularly as MUI does, but it is enough just to be a pain. It's annoying. But continuing to get those stacks off, which is good. Nice critical. Oh, there we go, our first additional from this Rainbow Friend Trunks. It's been a long time coming. Wow, and the crit again. This has been a crazy rotation for us. That's awesome. And then this is going to do nothing. But he's not here for this stage. There you go. Getting off that additional. He does raise. Oh, there's the dodge. I think he raises his defense per additional with that type advantage. He takes a big whack there. Get off that bit of healing. That. And just to be safe, because it does worry me with that type disadvantage at the end there, we'll just take those to fire off that super. Probably didn't need to fire off the super. I could have saved those orbs for AGL Gohan, but on the left hand side you might have seen there was 2 AGL orbs connected to some rainbow orbs, so I'll just feed him those. But yeah, if either of these last 2 get supered, even with the Princess Snake active, it will cause pretty significant damage for us. We don't mind that he dodges those because really we just want the defense raising from that. It's a good thing we activated that item, because that would have stung. That definitely would have hurt us. There's that dodging I was speaking about earlier though. It's painful, but what can you do? Just for that little bit of healing that'll give us. The issue here is that last slot. Gohan couldn't get smacked around there, so we'll have to use those tech orbs, which I would have liked to have saved for next rotation, with being able to heal up again with the tech trunks, but he needs to raise his defense off his super, because otherwise he's going to get destroyed pretty much. So we need crits here from Trunks would be the ideal situation, and we can finish it on on this battle, pardon me. Come on, would have loved to have finished it this rotation, but it's not to be. So yeah, no damage there. Good thing we activated that item, because that would have been a lot more significant too. I guess that's the best we can do there. What to do? I guess we'll just go like that. We'll take that. Our ideal situation is that we finish him here and we can go into next rotation with AGL Gohan up front against MUI, sorry. But not to be, because we're not going to deal any damage with these last 2, as you just saw. Unless we somehow got a massive crit with Super Gotenks, but I don't think that's very likely. All we're going to do is wear lots of damage. But here we go, we'll finish this off and we go into the next rotation. I mean the last stage, final stage of the event. Good attack start there from Trunks. If you were looking up in that top left hand corner, he was hitting out at over 4 mil, so we've built him up nice and strong. And now we go into this last stage. So we only need the 1 orb there. Take that. Start off by, sorry about that. We've had to pop an Icarus because we're not getting off that super attack at the end for the Gohan. Just RNG killed me. I was unable to get enough ki to him, so that's really disappointing because he really needs that super. But hopefully we go through this rotation without getting supered by UI at all. Is he's dodging? Ah, there we go. So the Icarus was enough to help us here. So we slide Gohan along into that first slot. Gonna try get off the Dokkan attack with Gohan. Oh, we've just missed it. That's very sad. Oh, there we go, we tanked that. Oh wow, that's heartbreaking. I'm not sure that anything is more heartbreaking than, wow, UI dodging your strongest hit with a full, just about full 24 ki, and then dodging again straight after. Yeah, it hurts my soul. And he's dodging with that type advantage too. Clearly This isn't going to be my run. But what sucks here is we're now forced into the Dokkan attack with the wrong units. Yes, this isn't ideal, but what can you do? Should have activated an Icarus actually. I just realised that Icarus would have just finished up from the last one we popped. Missed another one. Jeez, I'm in bad form at the moment. But hopefully we can get a crit or something here, because otherwise that's going to be killer. If we had got this off with AGL Gohan, we would have been getting so much better value. But anyway, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Hopefully Trunks here can take a hit. Deals out a little bit of damage, but 20k. Worried about getting supered on Goten. Unless he's able to stack up some... No, okay. Lucky. What we do have though, a lot of AGL orbs there to get off a big super. And then we'll pop that. So, as I said before, Gohan, MVP of this team. He's going to tank absolutely everything. I really just do wish I had the Go Bros, because they would make this so much easier. This is definitely harder than it needs to be. But I guess if you want to get the missions done, this is what you got to do. Sometimes it's going to be a grind. So we'll greatly raise our attack and defense here. We're going to have that type advantage too, which is going to save our bacon a bit on defense. Still taking 12k, but yeah, could be a lot worse. So we've all linked up pretty well here. Gonna go pop a Whis, because even with that type advantage, we're not going to tank crazy well in that third slot with super Go tanks. Yeah, so it's better just to play it safer than sorry with him. He really just slips into this team for me because of this typing, and he gets some extra defense if he fires off his second super from his passive. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend bringing him in if you do have other units available, but when worst comes to worst, as you can see, if you pop an item, he can take those regular attacks. If he gets supered, it's probably a different story, but fortunately enough for me, he didn't. So we'll go again. Those big those big 24 keys with Gohan. I guess we'll take those. Let's see. That is the only attack that I don't want UI dodging. Literally between my LR Gohan and this Trunks, they're the only two. Anyone else he can dodge, and it doesn't faze me in the slightest. But come on, I need a crit. Game hasn't given me a crit in a long time. It's hurting me. No, it's going to continue down that road. Should tank this reasonably well. The friend Trunks has stacked up pretty nicely, but type disadvantage. But there you go. Whis could be active actually. Oh yeah, Whis is definitely active, so ignore that. That's why I tank that for nothing. But we'll slide that in there. Go into that. And then we'll set up those AGL orbs again for Gohan to probably get dodged again, knowing my luck. But we'll just have to wait and see. And just continue to cross our fingers for crits. But we're slowly wearing him down. He's at about half health now. So there we go. We got the additional. So we got the double raise of supers. of attack, sorry. So, yeah, Gohan's numbers jump up to 1,000,000. Would be higher if he was SA10, but it's not a unit that I use very regularly, so he's not going to get a lot of love from the Kais from me, sorry, to him, but there's plenty of better units to use out there. So 63k though, it's very respectable. So we've got all these AGL orbs ready to go again. As you just saw, took us pretty much up to full health, which is brilliant for us. It scares away the thoughts of using an item. And obviously these first two units on the rotation are going to tank for absolutely nothing. So, oh my god, this game has got something against me. I don't even think that it has let AGL Gohan hit UI. I don't think. And we also haven't got a single crit from this Trunks. So, well, not much I can do about it, but it is very annoying. Very, very annoying. Especially when we're trying to conserve items. But it's the way the cookie crumbles. Good to have all those attacks in that first slot. Going to do that into that, and then we've got a ton of tech orbs ready to heal up on that friend Trunks, which will be good. So we'll probably get up pretty much close to full HP again. This will be an interesting one. Got that type disadvantage, and this is my Trunks, so 55%, 65k. That's really good. We will take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. That's yeah, that's a really good tank. So hopefully we can get off the additional here again. There we go. Probably dodged, knowing my luck. No, and 2 crits. There we go. Raises this little Goten's super attack by a little bit. Not that he's doing a whole lot, but as long as he doesn't get us killed, I don't mind what he does. So let's just have a look here. So we're sitting at 270k health pretty much, and from that, yeah, literally up to full health. Crazy. It just shows how good these defensive stacking units are, not just for their taking zero damage, but also the fact that they're healing you up so substantially. Still no crits. Let's see, can this, I'm going to wait through this first, but can this UI Goku dodge about 6 18 key supers from Gohan in a row? Let's see. No, we finally got him. You wouldn't read about it. So, give me a crit. Nope. No crits for me. It's being too greedy, I guess. We should be happy enough with just getting the hits. But, here we go. We'll stack this we'll raise defense for this one turn again. And then, see, he struggles throughout, but he's good on this last stage. Gohan. So what we will do, we're getting close to the end. I'll just pop an Icarus just for safekeepings. Probably shouldn't have done that. What we have done here is we've gotten off the super attacks with this future Trunks first, so he's going to raise the attack of my tech Trunks and the Gotenks in the end there. So as long as we get these hits, it'll be 30% extra attack, which without the crits, with that type disadvantage, isn't going to be a great deal. But look, we should finish this next rotation. It has been a very long, drawn out battle, but as per usual, the main thing is that we get there in the end. So dodge. Doesn't dodge the normal though, of course. And here we go, we'll get off that full heal again. Oh, we had full health anyway, so ignore that. Get off the 18 key, And yeah, a crit from the friend Trunks will finish it. And if not, hopefully we get the finish with AGL Gohan. So let's see how we go. Nope. Okay. Please hit. I'm begging you. Thank you. This will probably be one of the longest videos I ever do. So, there we go. All done and dusted. Legend Goku event, Hybrid Saiyans. Bit of a motley crew, but we get it done. Full health, items in stock. Wasn't that hard, just drawn out. So, hope you guys find the video useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content. I've grown a fair bit over these last 5-6 days, so I really appreciate that from everyone, and hope to catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.